Tracy Cruz is a 25-time award-winning soul music artist, 3-time World Songwriting Award winner, and professional singer. Her passion and drive for her craft continues to inspire people all over. Her voice holds power and is recognized and admired for all its beauty. Tracy aims to connect communities with her universal language of love, hope, and happiness. She gives everything, she does her all, and that is what makes her the inspiring individual that she is today.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of In Love With Me, where we feature inspiring individuals who share their amazing stories. I'm your host, Mafae, and for this series, our topic is passion and purpose. For this episode, we have a proud woman, a very professional singer, and she is an award-winning female artist to motivate us to take action. So without further ado, let's welcome the beautiful and amazing Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hi. How are you? Thank you for hopping on and being part of this campaign where we inspire others, most especially at this time. You know, I see all the awards behind you, and I'm so excited to know more about that. But before I ask you, what your passion and your successes are and what you've been up to lately, can you share with everyone first on how you are the empowered and inspiring woman that you are today?
Thank you so much for having me, Mafae. I'm a singer, songwriter, vocal coach, and mother of 2. I've been singing since I was 2 years old. I was born in Quezon City. Very, very proud to be born in the Philippines. I was raised in the Bay Area, specifically San Jose. And I'm just driven by my faith in God. I'm driven by love for music. And my passion is teaching the youth music and guiding them to become the greatest versions of themselves musically and also remaining grounded as well. So those are my passions in life, and I'm just really happy to be able to share that with the world.
You know, that's amazing. You said it right. It's about giving back, right? You have such a beautiful talent and in your heart, and you know the number one thing that you wanted to do is just pass it on. I love the fact that you built your company, which is empowering the youth and empowering individuals to elevate in music. You did say that you started singing at a very young age. Was it because your parents or family members were also singers?
My mom and my grandmother were both singers, and they would perform around their area. We're from Montalban, Rizal, and they would do shows, and my mom did a play, and they were very active in the performing arts. And I saw them growing up singing, listening to music. My grandfather played a lot of music. Music was just everywhere in our house, and I looked at it as a normal form of life. It was like as normal as cooking or cleaning or spending time with family. It was the norm in our household.
Yeah, and music heals, right? I can see the glow in you. I'm pretty sure, like, I have a son who's a musician, and every time he plays his guitar or his electric guitar, like, I just feel this relaxation in the home. So I'm pretty sure your house was like that growing up, right?
Yes. Yes, it was
So
a very happy place.
You know, you started your studio or your workshops and classes when?
I started teaching back in 2004. 2004, but I didn't teach privately until 2006. And so first I started teaching after school youth music programs in the elementary schools in San Jose. And then my private vocal coach growing up asked me if I wanted to teach private lessons in 2006. And I said, what? Like, how am I going to teach? And I decided to give it a try because I love music. I love sharing music with other people. And then I just fell in love with teaching. And then I started teaching at other private music schools around the Bay Area. I did more after school music programs. And I just started teaching independently back in 2016 to have an actual studio of my own. And so after that, I couldn't stop teaching because I loved it so much. And it's just my way of giving back to the community, because music is not just about you, it's about how you serve others and how you affect others. And so I'm still teaching, and I'm going to be teaching for a really long time because I really, really love it. I love my students. I love guiding them and supporting them. It's really, really tough in the industry, but if you have one supporting you, if you have one person believing in you, it can make a huge difference.
And speaking of that, you talk about challenges, and I'm pretty sure in the music industry as well as in entertainment, fashion, any career that you actually pursue, there are challenges. It doesn't happen overnight. Having the success or the awards given to you. So during those times when you face challenges, how did you motivate yourself? How did you stay focused and knowing that, okay, this is not just for me, it's for my family, it's for, the youth, your students. Can you share with everyone on how you, I guess, stay positive, had a positive mindset?
It gets hard at times. There's a lot of ups and downs. Like I said, the music industry is very intense. There's a lot of pressure to always give 100%, while trying to maintain your personal life and personal well-being. But I do often pray a lot. I ask for guidance, and I do read a lot of scripture day to day, and I write my thoughts sometimes, or I just write lyrics. I also think about my family, especially my parents, how much they've sacrificed for me growing up. And I think about my children. I want them to be fearless, and I want them to be excited about pursuing what they love to do. I don't want them to feel like they have to get a job that they're not happy with, or I don't want them to feel like they're forced into a career that, yes, it pays the bills, but does it fulfill your heart? I want them to be able to fulfill their heart, not just their pockets. So I think about my children a lot.
It's perfect you mentioned that, because, our topic is passion and purpose. And to have something that you wake up to and you just are excited about. Just like earlier, I was telling you, I wake up extra early because I love interviewing inspiring people, and just knowing your background and now getting to know you even more. It's really a blessing for me to meet you through Kumu. I mean, the world is so small, and you just have to just enjoy it, right? And I'm grateful that I was able to be part of that platform with the other inspiring Pinays that you were with in Kumu. So you having said that, that your why and your passion is for your family, and just wanting your kids to be fearless. I mean, as a mom too, that's exactly the same mindset that I have. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing too much, but then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if I don't do it and I don't show the action,
right,
who else are they gonna look up to or idolize? And I appreciate you sharing those thoughts, because you are living your passion, and at the same time you created a business on the side, still doing your passion, which is coaching kids, teaching them about music, about a talent that probably didn't even know that they had, right? So when you have students who are like sharing with you or are forced by their parents to just learn how to sing, you know the norm, right?
Oh yeah.
How do you make them feel comfortable? How do you make them feel like, hey, just try it out?
I relate. I talk to them as a friend first before talking to them as an educator. Students at that age level, they need to feel comfortable. They need to feel safe. They need to feel like they can tell you things about music and just, how's your day going? How was your weekend? What did you eat this weekend? I talk to them like a friend. And then we get to our lessons. We talk about music. We do singing lessons, breathing exercises. We do song selections, and then I give them, pointers and a practice schedule. But I make sure that I can relate to them. I always ask them, "How are you doing? How was your day?" And then they open up. And then after they open up, that's when we start singing, because I don't want them to start their lessons right away, because they need to download their emotions and their thoughts, especially with what's been going on in this world. It's very intense. It has a lot of weight. I mean, especially, as for the kids, like as adults, we're already going through a lot. It's very, very intense. But imagine the children, imagine the teens. It's probably heightened. So I want to make sure that they feel comfortable. That's my number one priority, is making them feel comfortable so that they are able to fully express themselves without any reservations, without any fears, without any doubts. And of course, singing is very personal, it's very vulnerable, and it's oftentimes very difficult to express, to others, our singing. But I feel that if you just tap into that vulnerability and that authenticity of your voice, you're able to release it. You can't keep it caged, because you're going to feel tension and feel all these negative emotions. But if you feel comfortable with yourself and who you're singing in front of, then it makes things a lot easier.
So, for the people who are like singers in the shower, what would be your advice to them? Because I mean, for me, I love music. I love I love singers. Like I admire people with that talent, and maybe it's only in my mind, but I feel as though it skipped me because my mom also sings really well. My younger brother sings really well now too. So I'm like, okay. Just giving you a funny story. My first pageant I joined in Miss Philippines Australia, and they were really encouraging me to do a talent. And of course, what else is there to do? But as Filipinos, they love to sing. So I tried to actually got coached, and wow, I had another level of respect to singers, like to professional singers, because it's a lot of breathing. There's a lot of different flow, right? I had a difficult time. I was like, man, I was a tennis player back then, so I thought like, oh, my cardio's up, I can do this.
Right.
But wow. Like, can you share a little bit about how important breathing is when you sing?
Yeah, breathing is the source. That's your gas. Like, you need to get from point A to point B. You got to put gas in your car. And in order to sing, you have to breathe correctly. Like, you can have a strong voice. You could have a beautiful, beautiful voice. But if you don't have your breathing, then you don't have your foundation. Our breathing is everything. It eliminates so many vocal issues, from being off key, from not being able to sing for a long period of time, from singing high, singing low, singing loud, everything. It's the key. And so it's really important to work on breathing, even if you just work on breathing a few times, a week. But I highly recommend, as many times as possible per week. But even if for a few minutes, here and there throughout the day, it makes a huge difference. I've noticed that my students that work on their breathing exercises, they progress a lot faster than the ones that don't. So breathing is everything.
Right. I have someone asking a question here. Thanks, Alex, for the question. As a musician myself, it was a really fulfilling feeling when people sang our song back for the very first time. What did you feel when you first heard your audience sing your song back to you? That's a good question.
Oh, that's a really good question. I just felt so much joy because I know that the audience connected and they really took the time to listen to the music. When you create music, when you release it, you don't know how people are going to receive it. And when somebody or an audience sings it back to you, you know that they fully received your art. And so it's very honoring. It's very fulfilling. It's you feel so much joy, so much joy because it's like you're giving each other gifts, of love because it's like I'm expressing to you, but you're expressing it back to me. Like how special is that, right? So yeah,
And
it's definitely a feeling of joy.
I mean, speaking of joy, 25 awards and counting, Tracy. How do you feel about that? Being, given, your hard work and being acknowledged by it. I mean, can you share with me, like, maybe from when you first got your first award, how did that happen, where it was, and your feeling? Obviously, I'm sure the very first one is always the memorable one.
Yeah, I remember I was a teenager. Like I did competitions back then. I won, I believe, first place or grand champion, and I was so shocked. Like I didn't know what to say. And it's funny because my mom, she always was my guidance, throughout that whole process. And it's funny because she wouldn't even watch me sing. Like she would get really nervous and then she would just leave. And then when I stop singing, she'll just come back and sit next to me or be, standing next to me. But that feeling of that acknowledgement, like I was just so, I'm like, whoa, really? Like, wow, I love to sing. I didn't know that I would win an award or anything. I was so happy. I was really, really happy. It was very, very memorable.
Alex is also asking, what is your best tip for vocalists apart from breathing?
That's a great, great question. Be consistent. I would say if you can sing 6 days a week, sing 6 days a week. But definitely always take a break because you don't want to overuse your instrument because it can cause, a lot of harm. You want to preserve your instrument, but I would say for every 3 days of singing, take 1 day off. For every five, take two. But if you want to practice for 6 days, I would say don't overdo it. It's not how long you practice, it's what you do during those practices that makes it efficient. So consistency is key.
So for you, like when you have a performance,
Mhm.
how do you prepare for that? Do you not talk a
Ooh.
whole day the day before? Is that something that, because I heard that from, like, of course, um, other people who are professionals, right? When they have a concert, they don't talk or something.
Yeah. No, yeah, you definitely want to preserve your voice. You want to make sure that you're not yelling the night before or you're not eating certain kinds of foods. Like dairy is really, really bad for the voice. Soda, cold, anything cold, greasy, spicy food. It's like if you're gonna prepare your singing, you have to make sure that you're eating properly and lots of water. Hydrate. Like I said, try not to use your voice as much. And if you're going to practice your set, make sure you don't overdo the practice during sound check. I mean, you can sing out, but before that, don't like sing like to the volume of 10, like 20 times, because once sound check hits, your voice is going to be tired. And imagine how you're going to feel when you're at your show and you're singing for an hour to 2 hours. Your voice is going to kind of leave you for a little bit and then come back, so you want to be really mindful of how you conserve your energy and your voice. Sleep, that's so important. Sleep and water. Sleep and water. I can't stress that enough.
Would it be cold water, warm
Ooh,
water,
room temperature.
room temperature?
Yeah,
Okay,
room
which is
temperature.
the norm anyway. Like I know that's that's what people say. Definitely, um, even fitness trainers or nutritionists also says that. They
Yeah,
share that like shock the body or whatever. But I guess
yeah.
it's for singers too, not to shock. I guess your
No,
vocal cord, right?
yeah,
So
you
guys,
don't, no ice water, no ice cream, and all like no cold drinks, because it's
Mhm.
definitely going to affect your voice.
So of course, as a mom now, I'm pretty sure that you will feel very happy if they followed your footsteps. But knowing what you know from all those years of experience, what you've gone through, what would be your best, I guess, advice to your kids? And I guess in that same light, it would be, what would you give yourself advice if you had a chance to share it, like to your younger self?
Wow, that's a really good question. I would say be yourself. And, everyone is so different, everyone is so unique. Embrace your individuality because that's what makes you you. That's who you are. And you don't have to be like everybody else. Your identity is what makes you stand out. We're only one person. And how special is that? Embrace your differences, embrace how you were just uniquely made. And if there's an art form that you really love, go for it. Go for it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a smooth road, but stay at it because every step counts and your hard work will never, ever be in vain.
I love that. It's something that the youth needs to hear too, especially right now. I know it is a challenging year for everyone. Are your classes online?
Yes, yes, my kids are both doing distance learning right now. It's very
Wait,
intense.
for your teaching,
Oh yes,
teaching
yes,
your students,
yes. I'm teaching
online too?
all of them.
Perfect. I'm gonna sign my daughter up with you. But guys, Tracy is an amazing woman. Like that, she just shared that her classes are online. So maybe Tracy, invite them where they can find your online classes.
Yeah,
Do you
you
have
can.
on your website? Mhm.
Yeah, you can just go to my website, tracycruzmusic.com, TracyCruzmusic.com. If you send me an email, I can definitely send more information. And then if you want to learn more about my vocal studio, I have an Instagram and Facebook page. It's just under Tracy Cruz Vocal Studio.
And then you also have a show on Kumu, right?
You know what? I don't yet. I just signed up for
Oh,
the profile. And
collaboration type of show. Well,
yeah,
guys, I'm saying it now. Tracy will have a show on
I want to.
Kumu.
That'd be really fun. I signed up for Kumu. I just think it's such a great app. Such a great uniting app. And entertaining.
Especially for artists,
Mhm.
that's where you can share your talent and especially touch the hearts of the Philippines because majority of the users are here, and for sure they'll be more happy and proud. So shout out to the Kumu viewers
Yeah.
right now who are tuned in. Thank you guys. Thank you for the halo halo and all the
Yay.
hearts and diamonds. Keep it going, guys. We have a treat for you. And this is something that, of course, I asked with respect with Tracy to give us a performance of her beautiful voice. So, Tracy, are you ready to
Yeah.
share
I will.
maybe a song that you created?
Yeah.
Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, take it away. Okay, she's getting ready. So tune in, guys. Tracy will have her account, and she will keep performing for us, perhaps on Kumu. But right now, she is giving you a teaser. She has said yes to my requests because I want to be able to share her beautiful voice with you all in this episode. So when Tracy's ready, we're gonna hear her sing one of her songs, I guess. But guys, if you have any questions for Tracy, keep typing them in on Facebook and in Kumu. Maybe there's other questions you want to ask her about her workshops, about her journey in the music industry. Uh, Thank you guys. Let me acknowledge a few people here. Hi, Nikki. I see you joined in. Hi, Alec Ghislaine. Blue Glass. Hi, guys. Keep watching. Tracy is about to perform for us. So
All
I'm pretty
right.
excited about that.
All right, I got
Hey,
everything set up. All right, this is
all
my
right.
new
Here's
single.
Tracy,
This
guys.
is called Your Love's Everything, and it's going to be released during Filipino History Month. So I'm really excited. It's going to be released on October 6th, which is my grandmother's birthday. She's going to be like 90 something. So I wanted to release a song on her birthday because I wanted it to be very memorable. It's like my ode to my grandma because she was, my backbone and as my first musical inspiration. So there's a reason why. So this is Your Love's Everything. This is the acoustic version. The full produced version will be out on October 6th. So please stay tuned for that. Please support. The very first day that we met was a moment I cannot forget. It was so special to me. When I looked into your eyes, the connection was divine. Felt like I knew you for a lifetime. Wanna get to know you, wanna love and adore you. Wanna be the best for you, wanna be there for you. With each day that passes by, our love grows stronger over time. Reaching deeper depths and higher heights, our hearts become more synchronized, while our minds become alive. Oh, I need you in my life. Wanna get to know you, wanna love and adore you. Wanna be the best for you, wanna be there for you. Wanna get to know you, wanna love and adore you. Wanna be the best for you, wanna be there for you.
Wow, amazing.
This is the bridge. You came into my life, the joy I can't describe. You truly changed my life. With you, I feel alive. So that's just a little sample.
Amazing. Thank you, Tracy. You
Thank
are
you so
so
much.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
know, I always admire people who just get up and grab the mic and just sing their hearts out.
Oh, thank you.
But that's just me. But never know, guys. I might be coached by Tracy and shock the world. But yeah, that was so beautiful, Tracy. I'm pretty sure your grandma would love that.
Thank you.
Advance happy birthday to your amazing Lola who has guided you and I guess has and I believe supported you throughout your music journey and being an artist. I see where the happiness and the joy that you mentioned earlier is coming from. It was such beautiful lyrics.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait. Shout out to Aru.
Oh, that's my boyfriend.
Thank you for
Hi.
tuning in. You have an amazing woman by your side. She's so talented. So with that, Tracy, I'm pretty sure there's many more songs that you have and your albums. Where can they listen to more of your songs?
You can find me at tracycruzmusic.com, TracyCruz music.com. I'm also on CD Baby, Amazon, Google Play, iTunes, Apple Music, and other digital platforms.
There you go. You guys, you don't have no excuse to not find Tracy. Listen to her music. She has amazing, music that she has created for you guys to fall in love with, to be inspired with. So I know that she has many more under her belt, and will surprise you guys. If ever, I will make sure to help promote Tracy's music and on this episode on the caption, all her credentials, all her social media platforms will be there so that you can easily click to it and just reach out to her. I'm sure Tracy is more than happy to answer any
Sure.
questions or give more advice to the people out there who want to learn how to sing just like me, and also just maybe she's a mom, she's a businesswoman, so she has a lot of experience to share and just to give that guide, right? We have one more question for you
Yay.
here, and I want to be able to ask you this also. So at this time, of course, we are challenged, and I know that it is tough for some who are feeling low morale at this time. So what would be your words of wisdom for them on knowing that after all this, when we find a cure, that we can still be able to reunite with families and friends and go back to our, venues for our jobs. What can they do now to help motivate them and to know that there's still opportunities to reach their goals and dreams?
That's a very good question. I know that it's really, really tough right now. It's surreal, what we're going through. There's a lot of challenges for everybody on so many different levels, and it's very intense. It's a lot to take in, and it can really weigh us down. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are feeling the same emotions, no matter where they're at in the world. But I would say, just try to find the simple joys in life. Even the smallest things that you're blessed with. Like, you're blessed to wake up and be able to breathe and be able to talk and be able to see and be able to hear and have a purpose in your life. Whatever it is, it could be singing, it could be drawing, it could be dancing, it could be creating film, it could be writing a book, it could be cooking, it could be anything. It could be encouraging others, being a motivational speaker, life coach. You have so much to offer to this world. And it's never too late to start, and it's never too late to revamp your purpose, to add and build and learn and discover, and just be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself. You don't put too many things on your shoulders. I always recommend, set your own deadlines, create your own lanes. If you feel like you can't meet a certain deadline in 3 months, give yourself another week or, another time to release it. Like, I was putting so much pressure on myself this year to release an album. But you know what? Who's giving me that deadline? I'm giving myself that deadline. And why should I put added stress, onto myself when I don't have to, when I can enjoy the process of creating, when I can release it when I feel ready, when I feel like it's the right time, and I feel good about it. I don't want to add too much stress, and you don't have to either. For all the artists out there that are putting deadlines and creating pressure, unnecessary pressure to do this and do that and do this and do that and do this. Doing too many things doesn't automatically mean you're successful. You can be successful at one thing. And if you focus on that one thing, imagine how great you can be at it instead of trying to manage 20 different things, trying to set and complete 20 different deadlines. That's just too much. Go at your own pace and do what feels good to you, because your health is first. You have to make sure you're taking care of yourself so that you're able to give to others and give to the world. So I would say be patient, be gentle with yourself. I know it's hard sometimes, and we can be hard on ourselves. We can be our own worst critic, but just relax. We have some time right now. So this is the best time to hibernate and learn some new skills or enhance what we're doing, or with our work or with our art or with our passion. This is the time to build. I always tell my students, this is the time to build. This is the time to hone your craft. This is not the time to rush. We don't have to rush. What are we rushing for?
I totally agree with you. I think people are overwhelming themselves right now.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Much in one day. I guess the thought of work from home, homeschool, it's being at home. It's like, okay, but I have to show the world that I'm busy.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Just like what Tracy said, just be kind to yourself first. When you overwhelm yourself, that's when your mental health gets affected. That's when you start stressing yourself out when you don't really need to be stressed. I mean, there's so much already going on for you to add more stress on your plate or more challenges on your plate. So I love that. Tracy, thank you so much for the words of wisdom, because it's something that is needed to be heard. It's something that needs to, for people to take action of, is just be kind, be patient. Like our series, In Love With Me, be in love with yourself to be able to take care of others. Right? So again, shout out to all the Kumu viewers. Yay! Thank you guys for the follow. They should
follow
us. The diamonds and the hearts. We love all that. We will have Tracy back again, guys, and I'm sure she will have a new song for us to sing. But with that, congratulations, Tracy, for all the awards that you've received or the love that you're sharing to the world. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless your family. Stay safe. And I really appreciate you being part of this campaign. So with that, guys, actions speak louder than words. And thank you for tuning in this episode of In Love With Me. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you.
Thank you for watching In Love With Me series.